Baby, white TikTok is in a frenzy, and while I have my voice right now, I'm gonna use that hoe. They don't understand how their SNAP benefits are being cut off in November. They literally thought when they heard SNAP benefits, it was only gonna hit the black folks, okay? Now I'm gonna say this. When the government shuts down, it does not just shut down for one particular group of people. It shuts down for everybody. So yes, white people in the Midwest, these Appalachian white folks, y'all ain't gonna have y'all shit either. Now I am gonna say this, when you decided to vote for that man, you put a wild card on the table during Uno. You don't know which way this man is gonna go. And no, I am not blaming Democrats once again.
A lot of people that are on food stamps and live in really poor areas also are Trump voters.
What's up guys, welcome to today's video. My name is Kisaka, I'm your host, and I've specially prepared my notes here about the SNAP benefits. It is turning out that more than 70% of the benefits of the SNAP benefits or the food stamps in the US are the whites, and this has resulted to many of them coming up on social media talking about it. Let's look at these videos before we come back for more comments about the SNAP benefits, the growing controversy around food assistance and welfare programs in this year 2025. So these are the videos before we come back for more comments. Remember, these videos are for entertainment and education purposes only.
Seeing white people in real time come on this platform with the realization that SNAP benefits is the same thing as food stamps and EBT, it's quite comedic. I can't lie, it's a little funny. And not funny haha, funny weird, because they did the same shit with Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act. They didn't realize that they were one and the same, just two different names. SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, EBT, food stamps, they're all the same, just different. You know, one is just like the government official name. I don't know. That's the thing about racism and being racist. It's a sickness. It's a disease that's generational, if we're being quite frank. And y'all don't want to heal from it. Y'all don't want to get better because you feel like you can stand on some imaginary pedestal instead of, I don't know, instead of allowing everyone to get benefits that make all of our lives better. You will cut off your nose to spite your face. You will shoot yourself in the foot in the name of making things difficult for a demographic that you just don't like, for something that they can't change, their skin. But then you don't realize you're hurting yourself too. And a lot of these politicians, the only color they care about is green. Money is their god. Money is who they serve.
I voted for him for lower grocery prices. Not only has that not happened, I'm getting my food stamps taken. I did not ask for this.
Am I a bad person because I got a little smile on my face when I found out that 42% of the people that receive SNAP benefits are white people in red states?
This is for all the MAGA voters posting about not getting a shit about people not getting their SNAP benefits. Quick education, 55% of whites voted for Trump. Whites are the people who use SNAP benefits the most. They make up 37% of SNAP benefit recipients. And most of those people are in the southeast and other rural areas.
Too many privileged white people are coming here on this app and they're talking about people that benefit from food stamps, which most of them happen to be white. Most of them happen to live in Republican states, red state. Now, don't blame the Democrats, because this is absolutely Trump's doing. He can fund it if he wanted to. He's funding ICE. He's sending $40 billion to Argentina. Why are you not mad with him? The only thing the Democrats want to do is make sure that you have affordable health care, and people are getting their notice. So not only you're not going to have your food stamps until the government is back in order, but you're going to have a big freaking health care bill coming January. And before you start coming over here complaining about the Democrats, I need you to go to the videos in which people are crying, teachers, healthcare professionals, in which their insurance has doubled or even tripled. Good luck on trying to get food and trying to stay healthy.
Absolutely love your comment. Okay, love it. You are correct with a 1 to 2%. Okay, you are very, very close. I'm sure you did your fact checking, but you brought up something very important about race, and it does need to be talked about because you are correct. The data you talked about. So the latest USDA stats do show us that about 36 to 38% of SNAP participants are white, aka on the form, non-Hispanic. That means 62 to sorry, 62 to 64% are from other racial/ethnic groups. But it also means that this is a nationwide program. It reaches across racial lines and economic classes, right? So if someone were to tell you SNAP is only for minorities, that's definitely false. It's for low-income people of all races. I will get into why I just stated that here shortly. But let's get into the racial data and why it actually does matter and why your comment matters so much right now. So authoritarian governments have historically used divide and conquer, telling one group, you pay, they're taking it, or they're different than you. If people believe it's just for them over there and not for themselves, they may accept cuts actually when their own community is targeted next. The fact that a significant portion of recipients are white means any rollback is still everyone's problem, not just one racial group.
So many racist white people are okay with SNAP benefits being removed from everybody in the United States of America, and they sit here and act like they're not the largest recipients of SNAP benefits in this country.
People frequently claim that immigrants and poor black families are living off the system. They're on welfare. They're mooching. But here is the truth. The majority of people on public assistance in the United States of America are white.
In America, there is a misconception about who is on welfare. Now, let me just say this. There is no one program in the United States that constitutes welfare. There are many social programs in the United States that are part of what the United States calls the social safety net, which is really not much of a safety net at all when you consider the meager benefits that people receive. So what I've decided to do is look quickly at the statistics from the last census. Now, this holds true going back, but actually in the last 20 years, it has increased. The number of people receiving public benefits of some sort or another has increased amongst one particular demographic, and that is amongst white people. 20 years ago, 61% of all the people receiving public benefits of some kind in the United States were white people. Today, 76.2% of all the people receiving some form of public benefit were white people.
Finally, you get to see the true America. The stipulation has always been that black people are lazy, that black people are on welfare. Well, guess what? A lot of poor white people in the red states are now crying that they're not getting the EBT money from the EBT cards. Why? Because they are on welfare. They have 7 and 8 kids. Now the truth is coming out since Trump has slashed funding for the EBT and the SNAP programs. You see how many white people now are on welfare. So all this mythical stuff about black people being on welfare, oh, it's the blacks, it's the blacks, it's the blacks. Now you're seeing the real America, that it's not only black people on welfare, that there are a lot of white people on welfare also. There are a lot of white people, a lot of poor people living in those red states, and those red states that voted for Trump are now getting hit hard.
I'm seeing a lot of videos right now where a lot of people are really pissed at Trump. They weren't mad at him when they got to see other people lose stuff, but now that it affects them.
If you are naive enough to think that the pause to SNAP benefits on November 1st isn't going to affect you because you don't receive food stamps, I want you to hear this. About 1 in 8 Americans receive SNAP benefits. In fact, in Oklahoma, where I live, that's 1 in 6 people. So about 600,000 people in my state alone, Oklahoma, receive SNAP benefits.
Thank you guys for looking at the videos up to this point. So maybe to the people who don't know, the Supplementary Nutrition Assistance, or the SNAP program, helps over 42 million low-income Americans. It assists them to buy the groceries each and every month. It's the largest anti-hunger program in the country, but this year things are taking a dramatic turn. Due to a prolonged government shutdown, at least 25 states, including California, Arkansas, Hawaii, Indiana, Mississippi, and New Jersey, have announced they will pause SNAP benefits starting November 1st. That means millions of families won't receive their monthly food aid just before the holiday season. The USDA has warned that if the shutdown continues, the program will run out of money. This has sparked outrage across the political spectrum. Even some MAGA voters who strongly supported President Donald Trump and his policies are now expressing anger. Many of them rely on food stamps, childcare subsidies, and housing assistance. they are shocked to see these benefits slashed, especially in rural and working class areas that voted Republican. But here's the twist. The cuts are part of a broader budget plan signed into law by President Trump in the summer of 2025. The plan includes massive reductions to welfare programs, including Medicaid, SNAP, and housing aid. The goal, according to GOP leaders, is to reduce the deficit and roll back what they call runaway entitlements. This has led to protests in several cities. Food banks are overwhelmed. Non-profits are struggling to meet demand. People are lining up for emergency food boxes, and some are even skipping meals to feed their children. Talking about political fallout, Democrats are holding firm, refusing to pass the GOP's budget unless it protects food aid. Senator Elizabeth Warren said, "We are people who want Americans to have health care and food." But Republicans argue that fraud and abuse in welfare programs must be addressed. Meanwhile, Project 2025, a conservative policy blueprint backed by Trump allies, calls for eliminating Head Start, overhauling rental assistance, and cutting Medicaid and Medicare. Critics say this will devastate the social safety net and push millions deeper into poverty. In the Deep South states like Alabama, Georgia, and Mississippi, families are especially vulnerable. These regions already face high rates of poverty and hunger. Federal aid is a lifeline, and cuts could have a long effects on health, education, and stability. Let's not forget the human side. People like Jacqueline Benitez, a preschool teacher in California, depend on SNAP to feed their families. Without it, they face impossible choices: pay rent or buy food. So what's next? If Congress doesn't act soon, the shutdown could become one of the longest in the US history. SNAP benefits will stop, food insecurity will be on the rise, and the political divide will deepen. This is more than just a budget issue. It is a moral question. Should the richest country in the world let its citizens go hungry? This has been the video for today. If you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly do me the favor of subscribing, liking this video, and remember to leave your comments down. Until next time, God's blessings.